right, we're back. I'm back. So yeah, I was in the middle of a conversation. I totally forgot.
Don't worry.
Anyway, so
Just to give you a heads up, Lefty.
yeah.
I just noticed that the internet is out. They could. We had an issue with the service here, so I'm recording everything now. So we'll edit it later on.
Do you want to bounce off my hotspot?
We can, yeah.
So just look for. Hang on.
What's going on, fellas?
Thank you, sir. I even took the wrong question. I put a check.
All right. So
Get a little closer.
all right, everybody. If you are still with us, man, we are here at the Mix Lab. Your host, Jason Rios. I'm Lefty Hernandez, and we've got the fellas from Range Music NYC. Yeah, the three guys, the three amigos. We got Joey Gomez, who found his way and had no problem, and then we've got the Cruz brothers, man. You got. So I always do this. So you got Paul Cruz. I say Hiram, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad? En español, right? Hiram, but is it Hiram?
Yes, Hiram.
All right, now get the mic. Just go ahead and twist the mic towards you. There you go.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hold on.
There are a bunch of DJs afraid of microphones.
Yes.
That's the irony, man.
Yeah.
So just pull the mic to you and get
Testing
close.
1 2. Testing 1 2.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
There you go. Nice.
Alrighty.
So welcome everybody. Welcome. So
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
tell me the official.
Jason,
I want everybody to get it right because him and I go head to head. We go toe to toe with the I'll be like Hiram. He goes Hiram. I go. I said vete tu país. Go ahead.
In Spanish is Hiram.
Hiram.
English Hiram.
Hiram. Yeah, you
Like
see.
the drink Hiram Walker.
Okay.
Hiram Walker.
All right, Jason.
All
Six
right.
six in one, half a dozen in the other. Okay.
Hiram,
So
yeah.
so no me moleste más. All right, cool. All right, so everybody, so once again, welcome the guys from Range Music NYC. You guys were in the middle of a conversation. We were talking about Downtown Records and how it all started, and the shop being very popular back in the '80s, selling the imports. But now we got the fellas, and now we're up to date. And you guys are Range Music, selling vinyl, and of course, it's not an actual physical record store. Is that right?
That's correct.
But I thought did you guys have a physical store
Yeah,
once in
we
Brooklyn,
Mhm.
right behind the Williamsburg Bridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I went looking. Yeah, I went looking one time, and
Yeah.
but so you don't have a physical store, but you still sell
Online.
physical vinyl records online. So it's an
Right,
order
order.
distribution,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Right. Awesome. So go ahead, you guys lost out on time, so you guys need to make up. so talk.
So when we do pop-ups,
Habla,
we
all right?
did many pop-ups, and then people order the records, and Joe brings the records. to
So when
the-
you say pop up
yeah, like,
shops,
yeah.
yeah, I saw
we
that.
did
Oh,
a
so
few
tell
of
us a little bit more about that. Do you have any pop ups coming up? How it started and anything that's on the calendar? So there are three of you, so there's plenty of
Joe, you got that.
yeah.
He's the one.
He's like Joe.
He's the one who books them. got the book.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, talk to
Joe.
us. But you know,
Well,
and excuse me, and I just because of the fact that again, this is a great platform, and we've got listeners, right? So this is what's happening. A lot of people love music,
Yep, they don't know
but
what to
but they're
get.
lost. They don't know where to go or what they don't know that you guys are out there. So tell the world, man.
Well, again, Range Music, if we are the only, if not one of the top two record vendors in New York City selling new releases, like new artists, new mixes, new everything.
Okay.
And about 85 to 90% of all record shops in New York are basically selling used records,
Right.
Yeah.
Recycled records, right? The
Yes.
old shops.
which is always strange because the big hits that they're selling are the ones we sold at Downtown Records
Right.
back in the day.
Exactly.
So they're still the classics from back then, but there are now future classics, which is what we try to promote. So the pop-ups, we do things basically in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Meaning, so when you say future classics, you mean songs that are popular, well known today, that tomorrow is going to be that record that
Possibly,
you're going to
yes.
say like, wow, that
Right.
was a hit.
Well,
Just the same way, right? That we
there
don't
was
know.
you know this record, E2 E4.
Oh,
Yeah.
of
Right.
course, yeah.
So now there's
It's like an hour long. Or
a
something.
new version of E2 E4 that's been out for about a year and a half now. That's the new classic of it.
Okay, so I know that we've got a lot of questions and answers. E2, E4, just a little backcheck, right? So E2, E4 was a big record for Larry Levan at the Garage, right? And so for those, tell them it was just a big dance track. It was about an hour long.
Yes.
It's a classic, and now you say there's a new version. So, and I say this because also a lot of the hustle and old classic disco are also now redone on over a 4x4, right? Which is called 4 to the floor.
Right.
So you got to tell us all about that and educate us because there's a lot of questions like what's going on. So
All right. So I mean,
he's
you got-
excited too.
go
He
ahead.
has some information. You want?
Well, Joe in that aspect knows more than me on that. The
Uh-huh.
pressing of vinyl, the E2 E4,
Uh-huh.
that piece. Again, we have a new version of E2 E4 that will become a classic
Future.
in the future, and you will play it 10, 20, 30 years from now.
Why do you say it'll be a classic? Is it because it's still a rendition of E2
It's
E4
still
and
a-
therefore so it's a
they
remake
did- they
kind of
just-
Yeah.
So it's
They
a
just
remix.
Made some changes.
Okay.
on it.
It's,
So Joey has a lot of history. I know Joey a long time as far as the vinyl. I want to know more about you guys learning. He's okay. Leave him alone, bro. As long just
Now,
just
we got the internet is down, so we're
recording?
We're just
Okay.
we're recording
We're
for the
recording.
internet, and we are live.
okay, cool.
I'm just trying to get this back up. Or
All right,
something.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, just as long as just scratch him
Gotta
in the
pay
head,
the
you'll be fine.
internet bill, right?
So you guys, I want you talked about record pressing. So is that your specialty? Did you know?
No.
Okay,
It is not my specialty.
So Hiram, tell us before we go on about what you tell us a little bit about yourself as we continue to talk about how you got into this and also talk about what's happening now with the vinyl E2 E4 and where we're at today. So
Well,
tell us about you. I want to know a little bit about you.
As far as collecting vinyl, I've been collecting since the age of 14.
Okay. That was like 3 years ago.
Just 4 years.
3
4
years ago.
Just about, yeah.
And to this day, I don't collect as
What a
much.
compliment. Yeah. Yeah. To this day, you what?
I don't collect as much. I just
Are you being sarcastic
I'll buy whatever my ear suits me.
So you still buy
pleases-
vinyl?
I still buy vinyl.
Very selective.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still buy vinyl. Now, do you buy vinyl as a collection overall, or is it because you're also a DJ, or how did that happen?
I don't consider myself really a DJ.
Okay.
I'm more of a selector.
There you go. You see? Okay.
And
I think I've seen you with pictures and David Mancuso and things like that, right?
Paul.
Paul. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you
Yeah.
next. All right, so tell us, Hiram.
So as the years go by, you play music and you put it on a shelf and
Uh-huh.
you remember where that record is
Right.
20 years from now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in that same shelf.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody comes and moves it, where is it? I can't find it.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
Then I have to go and search.
You go
But
crazy.
yeah, I'll either I don't go alphabetically. I'll go by label, year, artist, LP.
So you collect vinyl.
Tempo.
Okay. So, and we're going to,
The best of Williamsburg. Now,
I was going to
Williamsburg
say,
is popular
what's
now,
the
but
neighborhood?
now
Williamsburg?
These were the happening guys back then in the 70s. And they
Okay.
Had, System, the Bozak,
Right.
Altec speakers, top of the line.
So
back
you
then
guys used to see that,
in the parks.
and it was influential?
Right, influential. And then also the way it was, there was no internet, so the way it was like, Hiram would go to Wallabout, they go to Lynch, they jamming,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how we spread the word.
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
guys went,
yeah.
And then before you know, you had 1,000 kids in there.
Yeah,
This is before social media.
Always
Yeah,
a word
yeah.
of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and also too,
In
believe
the
it or not,
70s,
you know,
yes.
That was
I know,
the best.
I know me and Lower
The
East
best,
Side,
yes.
same thing, and the jamming. And even if you were,
That's how we know.
if you spread the word, or if you were home, you picked up the phone and you called somebody, said,
Yeah.
yo, come out to the park.
Yeah.
But oh wow, so and it's very similar how DJs all kind of we all have a similar story. So now you ended up DJing too, Paul?
No, never.
Okay.
I-
So what's your
A
story? You
collector.
see,
Same
that's
thing, a collector,
también.
and we did parties. We did excellent parties.
So
but
you
we
did.
never
So
considered
you went into
myself-
promoting.
Yeah, we did different stuff. Yeah, and then we started going to the clubs at an early age. Sometimes we got in, sometimes we didn't. And we got to know the DJs, the
Right.
promoters, and people like that. At the time.
Okay. You see.
That's
You see
how I ended
that?
up meeting Larry Levan,
Awesome.
T. Scott,
That's why
Kenny Carpenter.
I really love the show that we have here, the Mix Lab,
Yeah.
because it does that. It's the education process. Because as many people as we know, I know a lot of people in this business. I know you guys a long
Yeah.
time, and but yet when you come here, you find out a whole lot of history, a whole lot more, and I appreciate that.
Well,
So thank Jason for that,
Yeah.
man. Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Jason.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
And
you for
then
having
I-
us, guys. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For us, we always
Mhm.
collaborated, but we never been like those people that show off
me.
me, you know, like
Right,
you
right,
see people
exactly.
like they just start
There's a
DJing
lot of that
last
going
week.
around.
Some people started DJing 2 weeks ago and they're already considered
Right,
themselves
they-
legends and like, you know,
Back in
we don't
2000,
even use
yeah.
that. Yeah.
back in 2019, we had COVID.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, we got MeVid.
Yeah, really. No kidding. So,
Yes, yes.
but so
Yeah.
and then it's interesting too, right? So you became promoters, and because a lot of
Yeah, we
DJs,
did,
and
yeah.
I've seen a lot of pictures of you guys. You
Yeah.
know a lot of people, and
We
like
know a lot of
David
people.
Mancuso,
Yes.
Larry
Yeah,
Levan.
yeah.
You know, like that's not an easy, to befriend them.
Yeah.
Even though they're great people and they were friendly with a lot of people and they knew a lot of people, but it still was not an easy feat. Like to actually get face to face with them and become buddies.
But I became friends with them, but it wasn't like, it's Larry.
No,
They approached us because we were always dancers. Like,
They
I'll
w-
give an example. We were at the area, 1986. Timmy Register had just opened up Club Area.
area
And
downtown.
it was
Yeah, on
beautiful. So
Hudson.
Sunday.
I had called Larry, and he said, "You gonna be there?" He came in. So me and Hiram were doing handstands, backflips, and Larry comes with a bunch of tickets. Yo, keep here. Go
I-
to the bar. And
I
get-
need-
get
yeah,
some-
yeah.
A bunch
Nice.
of drink
And we
tickets.
got-
Yeah.
There you go. You
and
see,
it was
Yeah.
amazing
That's
time,
awesome.
yeah.
We want to see you back. We want to see
Yeah,
you back.
do a
in
back,
the day.
do a backflip, right? Yo, we got the cameras too, man. So yeah.
We got, yeah.
So here we are, and it's now the future. And so, how did you guys collaborate? All three of you. How did you guys end up getting together? Range Music.
From FedEx, right? Yes.
We're both retired from Federal Express.
Look at that. So
And-
you
Yep.
not only did you buy the records, the distribute, you also distributed them in the FedEx, right?
Yeah.
You shipped them out on FedEx now.
When I left downtown, I did a couple of odd end jobs at Intermetro Record Pool for a little while,
Metro.
Right.
and then at Powwow Records with Judica Case.
Yeah.
and,
Oh wow.
remember her?
Pow
Yeah.
Wow, Judica Case. Yeah.
yeah, Mark Kamens, of
Mark
course,
Kamens,
that
of
was his
course,
label.
Yeah. And yeah.
Rest in peace as
Yeah.
well.
We lost him.
And then I worked for FedEx for a bunch of years. and
We got cameras now, so
Oh,
people,
that's right.
people see you now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And also at the time, Joe was running a dance party called Friends
yeah,
I remember
at the
Friends.
Space.
Mhm.
Well, let me tell you the story
Yeah.
about that. So this was when the garage closed. I didn't see Larry for about a year, and then I ended up going to Baseline. It was Christina and Junior Vasquez. They were doing that
Junior Vasquez.
on
was
20
baseline. Yeah.
Hudson over there. So I walk in, and then there was Larry Levan there. Oh, how gonna always. And then he said, "Boy, you got to check out this party called Friends." And then it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and the party was kicking. Junior Vasquez was at the time he was playing good music, not the techno stuff. And he said we got to go there. So we ended up took a taxi, went to 23rd Street, and it was Jackie Sullivan. She was playing Mysteries of Love when we got there.
Yes.
And then it was Joe and Gabe were at the door. I didn't know them at the time.
Right.
And then Larry took me to that party.
Wow. That is good stuff. You
Yeah.
see good history there, So and again, so that's what was being done then, but is that how you guys came together as well?
well, like Hiram said, we worked for FedEx, and I was doing the Friends parties while I was working for FedEx.
Right. So when did you guys decide? Yeah.
So I wound up at the location that Hiram was working at, 91.
1991.
And
Oh.
so that's when we started talking about music and our interest in all of that. In fact, he actually stopped me from selling my record collection.
Yeah.